I'm Chris.
And I'm Auston.
Welcome to Topper Nation News. Hey, welcome back to Topper Nation News. I'm Chris again.
And I'm Auston.
And thank you for joining us at a special edition of Topper Nation News. First, we're going to tell you about the word of the day, which is incorporate, which is to blend or include something together. Well, we have a very interesting week going on here at Hillwood. First, we have senior night for volleyball, which is tomorrow. So I hope everyone is there to come support our seniors after we send them off on a good note.
Yep. Go Jalen, Raven, and Chelsea.
Also, we have Academy photos tomorrow. The Academy who wears the most green gets a prize that has yet to be named, but hopefully it's ADC because we're the best Academy.
I'm not Illuminati, though.
So tell them about the football game.
Say what? No, I'm messing with you. Tomorrow we have a football game against Glen Club at Glen Club at 7 p.m. Be there or be squared, because watch us get that dub.
Also, students, it's college week here. If you go to guidance and talk to your local guidance counselor, hopefully they'll get you set up for those to apply for all the colleges. Also, you looking at any colleges? You signing up?
I'm gonna look over. Let me just say that.
All right, well, I'll probably go down there too and try to see about signing up for some colleges. But on to Evan and Wyatt.
Awesome. All right. So, what happened in entertainment news this week, Wyatt?
Well, I think you're mistaken. This is world news, actually.
You got me. I'm messing with
Come
you.
on, man. Get
All
with the game.
I'm sorry.
Well, I got some very interesting space news for you guys. See, in a surprising turn of events, the U.S. and Russia have joined forces to go put men on the moon again.
Getting a space station.
Yeah, they're gonna put a new space station on there. We don't know when, but hopefully it'll be soon.
Can only hope.
We only hope, yeah. So, we got some North Korea news?
Yeah, we have some North Korea news. It's not looking too good, but Trump recently said to the White House House News Conference, he's saying that there's a military option he has in place for North Korea. It's set aside for right now, but if things do change later on, we will resort to it. He doesn't want to, but it will have to come to that.
I mean, very interesting how that plays out. Very interesting. Let's head back to Chris and Auston for sports.
Well, thank you guys for that. Hopefully I'll be one of the men on the moon. But on the sports news, let's talk about what's really buzzing lately about Rick Pitino and what's going on at Louisville and Adidas.
Woo, man, willy-nilly, they got themselves into it right there. But
I think it's crazy that they're about to a Hall of Fame coach, that he's about to lose his job and potentially not coach again because of all the scandals that have come up recently.
And it's crazy because it's going to be like another Penn State situation. If you remember that, what happened a few years, how he got stripped of all his titles. I hope they don't strip him. He's an amazing coach, and I remember when he took the Louisville boys to the championship in 2012, back when they had Russ Smith at the helm.
That's when they beat Michigan. And that was I was certainly going for Michigan, but I think I think that Adidas has part of the fault for this because if you looked at the articles, it said that Adidas paid kids to go to Adidas-sponsored high schools,
Right.
which later led them to go to Adidas-sponsored colleges.
Right.
So it's really partially, more than partially their fault because they're paying kids to go to college-sponsored shoe programs by them. So it really affects the kids' education and where they want to go to school. See, some kids, they probably could have went to Duke or something, but you offer them money and the kid's gonna do it.
I don't even. What's an example of Adidas sponsored college, Chris?
Louisville is a good example of Adidas-sponsored college. I think UCLA, I think they're sponsored by Adidas as well. But I mean, if you tell these kids, hey, I'll give you $15,000 if you come play for this school for 1 year, and then you'll go to the NBA after that and potentially sign with us, and then make even more money. So I think if you offer me that, I certainly do it.
So do you think that was the situation with Derrick Rose then?
I don't know about that because I think he just signed with them because he just wanted to sign with them. They were offering him the most money, but he went to Memphis, though. I think they're sponsored by Nike, so I don't see how Adidas could tie into that. But, that's just how I feel, that if you try to pay kids money to go to your school, school sponsored by you, then they'd most certainly do it. They're young, they want money, so they don't have to work in college. So, you offer them that. How can they say no?
As you already know, we can't work, but but Rick Pitino, like I said, he's an excellent coach. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer when it comes to coaching. No doubt about that. And he's kept the state of Kentucky strong throughout the last few years. I don't think that without him, Louisville will ever return to their prominence without him. I don't see it. There won't be a powerhouse within their division or anything because he is what made their team so good. It's like Duke losing Coach K.
Catastrophic.
Exactly. Oh, on the other news, let's talk about Donald Trump and rescinding the message to the Warriors. I understand it, but it's reasonable because Curry took so long. But at the same time, I don't know how to feel about that.
I just feel like they don't feel comfortable going to the White House because it's understandable though on both ends, but like I can see what the problem is on both ends. On Donald Trump's end, I can feel how embarrassing because it's going to the White House is a privilege.
Yeah.
And for you to be invited to the White House, that's pretty big. But also on the sports team end, I think that if you don't choose to go to the White House because of your political views, then you shouldn't have to.
I understand that.
But I can see how both ends fare on the situation.
Okay, because I understand it has to be the way I feel about that is it has to be a team thing. Everybody has to want to do it. If one person you can't go and I can't not go, it wouldn't look right. It's an organizational thing. So I think that Curry feels he made the right decision. I don't feel it was right that he called him out, but at the same time, I understand his decision. I understand the embarrassment. And on this note, I do feel that LeBron should have not made the comments that he had made.
It is LeBron James. Nobody's gonna fault LeBron James for saying something.
Yeah, but sometimes
because LeBron's never the type of person just come out and lash out at people.
Yeah.
If he feels like they're wrong or if they're right, he's not just gonna come out and say something because of what he thinks. So for him to come out and say something like that on social media, that proves how strong he stands for people having their own opinion or views on who's in the White House at the time.
But I understand like sometimes, but I believe that you could use your power of within your sport to infuse your political opinion on people for people to want to listen to what you got to say because he is the greatest player in the world as of right now. But I understand he shouldn't be one of them people that have to put everything out there. He shouldn't have to always put his point of view out to the world. Mm-hmm. I believe that he should try to keep that in to himself and let the world do how they feel.
Well, that's certainly a good point. Well, we're going to switch it back to Evan and Wyatt.
Let's get to some entertainment news, guys. And I'm going to start off first, if that's okay.
That's fine.
I'm sad to say, but we have more IT news. I know you guys are sick of it, but let's get it over with. This one's asking about Chapter 2. Ooh. You can expect Chapter 2 in about September 6, 2019. It's going to be interesting how they do it with them being adults now.
Yeah, they said, how many years? 27 years after the events?
About that. It's going to be very interesting. I can't wait to see who gets casted. And I hear you have some Pacific Rim news.
That's right. So, due to the success of the first Pacific Rim, we have a sequel coming out 2018 of March called Pacific Rim Uprising. Be sure to be on the lookout for that.
I can't wait for it. I love that first movie. Kaijus, cool. Monsters.
It's awesome.
Ooh.
Be on the lookout for it.
Yeah.
Everybody.
That's all for us for entertainment news. Let's hit it back to Chris and Austin.
Well, thank you for that entertainment news,
He shot it right down.
Thank you for joining us here at Topper Nation. We'll see you next time.
All right, I'm Austin.
Also, before we go, I want to thank Mr. Burlingame for donating us this lovely sign right here, Topper Nation News, and helping us get to 100% complete for our news channel.
You go, man.
Well, we'll see you next time.
Peace.